Well, good day to family and friends. This is Chris Wilson, and I am here with the Midweek Motivation. I started it just a minute ago and realized that my lighting is somewhat dark, but I couldn't figure out how to get it better, so this is what we're going with today. So, hi Nicole Clark, thank you for watching. So yes, I am a day late with the Midweek Motivation because I typically do it on Wednesdays. But listen, I am determined to show up. I am determined. Hi Andrew Wilson Sr., thank you for watching. Oh, I can bring y'all on camera. I'm going to figure out how to do that. I just see a note down here when you join, Andy, that says I can bring you on camera. I'm going to figure out how to do that one day, and we're going to have a dialogue. But for right now, yes, I am a day late with the Midweek Motivation because I spent yesterday at the ER. Chest pains, and I'm still having them, but, I just wanted to jump on for a few minutes today. Since having a pericardial effusion 4 years ago, anytime I have any chest pains, I need to check it out. So that's what I did all day yesterday, which is why I couldn't do my Midweek Motivation. Any emergency implications were ruled out, and for that, I am grateful. And yes, I am still believing God for full, complete healing. So I didn't even go to work today because I felt the need to stay home and rest, but I did feel quite compelled to do this Facebook Live. I just want to show up right here. I guess that shows where my heart really is. But anyway, y'all continue to pray for me for a speedy resolution of this situation, so that I can get back into a full speed into my life, okay? So I have a shout out for this week. I'm going to try to do something. Hi, Sarah Wallace. My sissy is on. Hi, girl. Love you. Love you very much. Glad that you've joined today. So my shout out for this week is to my son, Brian Wilson of Virtuoso Pics. I did a photo shoot with him earlier in the week, and I tell you, the boy is just really good at what he does. So what I wanted to do right now, I'm going to see if I can do this, is to turn, hi Sheila Cobbs Dickens. So what I want to do, thank you for joining, Sheila. I wanted to see if I can turn the camera and show y'all some of the great work of this wonderful photographer, Brian Wilson. Let's see. So, I think there might be a glare on the screen, but look at that. Is the boy good or what? Look at that. I'm so impressed with his work. And I know, mothers over their children feel some kind of way, but you do have to admit that he took some really good pictures yesterday or earlier in the week. Now, the last couple are kind of, he likes to get pictures of you laughing. So that's that one. And there I am holding my stomach because I'm hurting. But he caught it anyway, and that's the last one. Isn't that great? So, that was my shout out for the week to Brian Wilson of Virtuoso Pics. And if you need a photographer, then he is the one. And I will put in the comment section along with when I post this video, the actual link to his website, so you can go there and check out his other pictures that he have done and support him. So thank you very much. Hi, Bonita Bryan. Thank you for watching. So let's jump into this week's motivation. The topic is let go. Simply let go. Okay, so a couple of questions. Have you been going through a rough patch since coming into this new year? All the hoopla is over. The great grand celebrations are over. We closed out 2016. We closed the chapter. We opened up 2018. Roo, rah, rah. We opened up this new chapter, and then skirt, rough patch. Things didn't jump off in 2018 the way we thought they would. Have you felt the pressure from every side, coming from every side? Something's going on here, something's going on there. Have you seen the enemy kicking up dust like never before since you've entered 2018? Has your health taken a turn like mine, this week? It took a turn. How do you adjust when situations like that happen? I was doing my shout out to my son, and my husband says he gets that from his dad. The wonderfulness of his skill, he gets this from his dad. Okay. So yeah, are you feeling worse now? Instead of walking in the healing that you believe in God for, that you believe He's promised you, sometimes that happens, and that's where I am today. From yesterday, spending the day at the ER. Coming into this year, it's just been somewhat difficult. So, does it seem like even maybe your finances are being put into a bag with holes in it, even though you're doing all you know to get ahead, or at least get caught up? Okay? Regardless of how it looks, God truly is doing a new thing in your life. But you have to forget those things that are in the past. Forget the past. Let go. Just let go. In Philippians 3:13, Paul tells us, "Brethren, I do not count myself to have apprehended, but one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward to those things which are ahead, I press toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." Okay, forgetting those things which are behind. That statement does not just pertain to those things in our past that caused us hurt or pain. It's not just about the bad things that happened to us. We have to forget the good as well as the bad. Sometimes holding on to even the good that happened in our yesterdays keeps us from apprehending what's before us in our today or our tomorrows. As we forget what happened, we stop looking back. We stop looking in the rearview mirror and began to focus. We focus on what's ahead of us. We have to forget those things behind us. Now, realistically, you don't really forget those things. You don't forget. But we are being admonished to do. But what we are being admonished to do is not to allow the past to control our present or our future. Yes? Yes, that's what we're being admonished to do. We know that in order to learn from our past, we have to remember it. But let's remember it in such a fashion that it propels us further into what God has for us. Let's remember it in such a fashion that we use it as a launching pad or a springboard to change the trajectory of our lives. So as we forget last year's strategy, let's ask God for the strategy for this year, for this season. Forget those who didn't believe in you last year. God has got some new folks He wants to introduce you to in this season. Be open to new relationships. Forget those who walked away from you. Listen, they needed to go and you need to let them go. Okay, say bye-bye and move boldly into your new life. Forgive and release those who hurt you, because when you do that, you free yourself as you forgive them. Okay? Sometimes we get so attached to what we have or who we have until it's hard to see that change is taking place and we need to let go. It can be hard to see that repositioning is going on all around us because we've adjusted and adapted and settled into our current status. Okay? It can be hard to let go when we have our hands clenched so tightly. Open your hands. Release what's in your hands so that God can give you more. So He can give you what you need for this season. We are so often standing with our hands clenched, our fists so clenched so tightly, trying to hold on to what we have. But by doing this, we miss the wide doors of opportunity to receive more. A clenched hand cannot give or receive. The more God can get through you, the more He will get to you. Okay? But if some of us, we're just holding on too tight, we're holding on for dear life, that he can't get more to us because we have not released what we have already in our hands. And listen, I'm not only talking about finances here. If you have a ministry and you want your ministry to grow, take a look at how much of your ministry centers around sowing into others. Who are you mentoring? Are you willing to share what you know in order to see someone else grow or succeed? Yes, for those of us who are in business, there are times when we need to put a price on what we're providing. But it is equally as important for you to take a philanthropic sentiment long before you get filthy rich. There are those of us who have not moved on from failures in our past, and I really want to spend a moment to encourage those who are there. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up over missed opportunities, over past indiscretions and sins. Just stop beating yourself up. You're missing out on so much because you misstepped in the past, or you wronged somebody, or you made a wrong choice, or you thought you heard God's voice and it didn't happen out the way that you thought you heard. Things didn't happen the way you thought they should have happened. Okay, you've repented. You've gotten back on track. Now receive the forgiveness so that you can move forward. We spend far too much time dwelling on the past until we can't enjoy our present nor properly plan for our future. Sounds kind of like sabotage to me. You know, we beat ourselves up and knock ourselves down so much that we end up really sabotaging what we have sitting right before us, what God has planned for us. So let go. Let go and let God strengthen you. Let him fortify you and direct you. In the Message translation, the Message Bible, it's a interpretation really. The Message Bible, the interpretation of Psalm 23b says, "True to your word, you let me catch my breath and send me in the right direction." As we let go, I should say, of our past, as we open our hands to give and receive more, God truly will allow us a space of time to be refreshed before sending us in the right direction. Let go so you can give and be in position to receive. It's a very short message today because, like I said, I do need to be resting. So I'm going to do that. But thank you all for joining. And just remember, let go. You know, once you have rectified things in your life, once you have made the proper adjustments, made amends, you have repented, you have asked for forgiveness, let go and move on with the things that God has aligned for you in this season for right now. Again, thank you all so very much for joining, and I will be posting this on my YouTube site. You can go over there anytime to find it. You know, it's kind of hard to find things on Facebook once they have gone further in your, in your status, along your status. I think it's the right word. It's kind of hard to find things. So if you want to see any of my videos, they will be over on my YouTube site. You can go over to youtube.com and search for Midweek Motivation with Chris Wilson, and they will all pop up. So that concludes this week's Midweek Motivation and this week's shout out. And I pray that you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, that you will get rest and some recuperative rest and relaxation. I will chat with you all next week. Bye-bye.